Hello and welcome today on my channel Renation 10. So some of you asked me, what is your setup? On what instruments do you play? Well, let's show it easy. It's actually a quite old installation. I've got just a little Sony tower here with loudspeakers coming along with. I've got a little MIDI mixer here. I've got a little analog mixer from Behringer. And then I have a Roland MC50 Mark II sequencer. Very old stuff, but very nice to use. Little Focusrite to put everything in the PC, of course, in the personal computer. I've got a little Yamaha DD75 drum kit, so that's also nice, just to giggle around. And then my keyboard's actually very old, a Roland GV30. This baby is 32 years old, very old, but very sturdy, very tough, and I still use it a lot. And beneath I have a Roland RD700, also quite old, but very solid, and 88 weighted hammer action keys. So yeah, this is a lot of fun together. So what I do is, with the audio mixer, I have inputs here. I have the three inputs. You have here the piano, you have here the GV30 and my drum kit. So I can still have the sounds, the analog sounds of those three devices. But what I do now is to use the Yamaha and to use the two Rolands just to trigger this baby, and this is the Roland Integra 7, which is really a quite cool feature. This is my last feature, was a gift. And how do I set up these things? Well, what I do is those three devices go to the MIDI mixer. You see the three inputs here. There, 1, 2, 3. You see them, and then you have a MIDI output. That output, I'll send it to my MIDI in that you see at the right of the MC50. So every MIDI note that comes from my device will be recorded here. So that's quite fun. And then I have two MIDI outs on this device. So the first MIDI out, that's out 1, goes straight to the Integra. And MIDI 2 goes to the Roland RD700, because the sounds of that piano are still very cool. So at last, everything will go to this Integra. So if you want to set up something similar, take your MIDI input devices like keyboards or drum kits or other MIDI devices, then record them. And if you want to trigger a module, plug that module after your recording system. And then I have just outputs that goes to this very simple non-professional 3.5 mini jack that goes to the stereo amplifier. So yeah, and what is this little thing? This very nice. This is used for my cell phone, of course, for recordings. I've connected it to the sequencer in a mechanical way. So yeah, I can record quickly in this way. Yeah, I have the little keyboard stand, of course, and I have underneath a little secret. I have here a little Behringer Ultratone amplifier, keyboard amplifier, which is very handy as a monitor speaker or when you're on the road. And then I have, for the Roland, of course, here down, I have my damper pedal, I have my expression pedal at the right, I have a little DP2 at the left that can be used for several things. And then you see this tube rotosphere. I like this. This is the Mark I, but the tube rotosphere is still very, very useful, because it has, if you look closely, I'll try to zoom this in, you will see there is an analog tube in it, which really simulates a Leslie effect in a very, very fine way. So that's it, and I'll review those instruments shortly, so stay tuned. Have a nice day. Bye bye.